Hello dear students, I hope you all are in the best of your health and enthusiastic about your studies. Dear children, today we are going to start with the chapter number 1 for class 9 science, that is matter in our surroundings. Let's revise what you have already done. What things do you see in your surroundings? What are these things made up of? All these things are look-alike? Students, you already know these things. So let's see what we are going to do today. First of all, physical nature of matter, characteristics of particles of matter, states of matter, is the states of matter are interconvertible, and evaporation. We will discuss each of the topic in detail. So let's start with matter and its states. Dear children, take a look at the things around you. How many types of these things are there? We find that matter has 3 states: solid, liquid, and gas. These states of matter depend on the characteristics of their particles. Students, we have take a look around our surroundings. We see different things with different shapes, structure, and formation. Everything in this universe is made up of matter. Now, what is matter? Matter occupies space and has mass. Anything which occupies space and has mass is known as matter. Matter is made up of many small particles. Children, you must have seen that when a light beam enters in a dark room through a small hole or a window, we see some dust particles floating in its path. You will also observe some gaps between these particles. So students, let's understand this through an activity. When we dissolve some salt or sugar in water, the particles of salt adjust themselves in the intermolecular space of the water. Therefore, the level of the solution does not change. Interparticle space is present in matter is proved by this dissolution property. Dear children, now let's understand that the particles of matter are in continuous motion. Let's do an activity. Put a drop of blue or red ink slowly and carefully along the sides of a glass. Leave and observe the glass undisturbed. Would you observe that how particles present in a drop of ink mixes with moving particles of water? Hence, the ink dissolves entirely in water. We know that matter exists in 3 states: solid, liquid, and gas. Solids have a fixed volume and a definite shape. The particles of solids are held together through a strong force of attraction, and the particles are closely packed with very less or no interparticle space between them. Solids stay where they are placed. The particles show negligible motion and can only vibrate in the main position, having little kinetic energy. They do not change their shape when kept in different vessels. Whereas when we talk about liquids, They have a fixed volume but have no fixed shape. They take the shape of the container. Liquids have weaker force of attraction as compared to solids. The particles of liquid are arranged in a specific pattern with some interparticle distance between them. As compared to solids and liquids, gases have very less or negligible force of attraction between the particles. This is because they possess largest interparticle distance. The particles of gases are highly movable due to very less force of attraction between them. Students, when we throw a stone in a glass of water, you would observe that it will sink. This is because solids have high density as compared to liquids and gases. So dear students, now we have learned about the states of matter. But can matter change its state? Like from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas? Let's try to understand this. Yes, students, the states of matter can change. As you may have seen water in all three states, like in solid in the form of ice, liquid, water, and in the gaseous form like steam or water vapor. Children, these states can change like this. When we heat solids, after heating they convert into liquids. On further heating, liquids can convert into gases. On cooling, gases back converts into liquids, and further cooling, liquids convert into solids. Now, let's see how change in temperature affects the state of matter. Take about 150 gram of ice in a beaker and suspend a laboratory thermometer so that its bulb is in the contact with the ice. Start heating the beaker on a low flame. Note the temperature when ice starts melting. Note the temperature when all the ice has converted into water. Record your observation for this conversion of solid to liquid state. Now, put a glass rod in the beaker and heat while stirring till the water starts boiling. Keep a careful eye on the thermometer reading till most of the water has vaporized. Record your observation for the conversion of water in the liquid state and into the gaseous state. So dear children, you all have observed the effect of temperature. Now, increase in temperature changes solid into liquid and liquid into gas. When we heat a solid, a stage is reached when the solid melts and is converted to a liquid. So the temperature at which a solid melts to become a liquid at the atmospheric pressure is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 273 Kelvin or 0 degrees Celsius. Students, and the temperature at which a liquid starts boiling at the atmospheric pressure is known as its boiling point, and the boiling point for water is 373 Kelvin or 100 degrees Celsius. So, we understand the states of matter are interconvertible. But why these changes occur? What are the reasons behind these changes? Let's understand. On heating, the kinetic energy of particles increases, and after some time, a stage is reached when a solid melts and converted to a liquid, and liquid converts to gases. So, dear children, as we all know that temperature helps in changing of state of matter, but what will happen if we apply force on any state? Do you think that increasing or decreasing the pressure can change the state of matter? Let's understand. When temperature is very less, if pressure is applied, the gas particles come close to one another. When these particles come closer, the force of attraction comes in to play and the gaseous state changes into liquid state. When some more pressure is applied, the liquid state further changes into solid state. You must have learned about the solid carbon dioxide, or which is also known as dry ice. It is a white substance stored under high pressure at very low temperature. Solid carbon dioxide is also known as dry ice, as I have told earlier, because it gets converted into gaseous state directly on decreasing pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming into liquid state. That is why dry ice. Dear children, we know that different states of matter possess different types of particle motion. At a given temperature, in any liquid or solid, there are particles with different amounts of kinetic energy. In the case of liquid, a small fraction of particles at the surface level have high kinetic energy. These molecules easily overcome the force of attraction between the particles to acquire more freedom and become the part of atmosphere in the form of vapor. This phenomena of change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Let's study about the factors affecting evaporation. The rate of evaporation depends upon temperature, surface area, humidity and wind speed. First factor is temperature. As you have noticed, in summer season, the clothes get dry faster as compared to winters. Or when we mop the floor, it gets dry faster in summers as compared to winters. It means rise in temperature increases the rate of evaporation. Second factor is surface area. As we know, when we put in clothes for drying, we spread them. This is done so that evaporation rate increases, because when we spread the clothes, the surface area increases and hence the rate of evaporation also increases. And the third factor affecting evaporation is humidity. Now what is humidity? Humidity is amount of water present in air or in atmosphere. If there is already water present in air, the rate of evaporation decreases. Like water can, we can say clothes can dry much faster in summer season, whereas when we compare to the monsoon season, like in July or August, in that time, due to more humidity in atmosphere, rate of evaporation decreases. And the fourth factor is wind speed. Increase in wind speed increases the rate of evaporation. For example, if it is not a sunny day, we can dry our clothes under the fan. That is due to increase in wind speed increases rate of evaporation. So, evaporation depends on four major factors, that are first of all temperature, second one is the surface area, third is the humidity, and fourth one is the wind speed. Children, you might have noticed that after winters, your mother packs all the warm clothes and blankets and keep them aside. At that time, she uses some white balls called naphthalene balls. And when in the next winters we bring out these clothes or unpack our warm clothes again, we observe that size of those balls reduces and our clothes have the fragrance of those balls. You see that the size of naphthalene balls reduces. Where did that solid part disappear? Why our clothes are having that fragrance? This is because that solid matter converts into vapors and is absorbed by our clothes. That solid gets converted directly into gas without changing into liquid state. This is called sublimation. We can do this activity in our laboratory. For this, instead of naphthalene balls, we use another salt that is known as ammonium chloride. For this activity, take some ammonium chloride, crush it and put it in a china dish. Now heat this slowly and observe it. You will observe some fumes coming out from that ammonium chloride. This is the solid ammonium chloride which converted into vapors or gaseous state without changing into liquid. So, all you have seen when we start heating ammonium chloride, it directly converts into gas without going in liquid state. Now, if we keep an inverted funnel on the china dish, the vapor gets condensed in the cooler portion of funnel, that is at the narrow end. This activity shows the process of sublimation. It is a process in which a solid directly converts into gaseous state on heating or vice versa on cooling without changing into a liquid state. These materials are called sublimable substances like ammonium chloride and naphthalene balls. Okay children, we have learned about evaporation. Now let's see how evaporation causes cooling. We will study about this now. For example, what would happen when you pour some acetone on your palm? Or why should we wear cotton clothes in summer? Why do we see water droplets on the outer surface of a glass containing ice cold water? Let's find out the answers. First of all, let's try to know that what happens when we pour some acetone on our palm. When we pour some acetone on our palm, we feel cold because the particles gain energy from our palm and surroundings and evaporate from the palm, and we feel cooling over there. Next question is that why should we wear cotton clothes in summer? This is because we perspire more to keep our body cool in summers. And as we have learned that during evaporation, the particles at the surface of a liquid gain energy from the surroundings and changes into vapors. For this, heat energy equal to the latent heat of vaporization is absorbed from the body. As a result, body becomes cool. Now, as cotton is a good absorber of water and therefore it helps in absorbing the sweat and expose it to the atmosphere for easy evaporation. Now let's see why glass containing ice cold water has droplets on its outer surface. The water vapor present in air touches the cold surface of the glass. They lose their energy and get converted into water. These appears as water droplets outside the glass. Now look to the states of matter. We have already studied that there are three states of matter: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. There are two another new states of matter. The fourth state of matter is plasma and the fifth one is Bose-Einstein condensate. Let's understand about plasma state of matter. It is the fourth state of matter. It is present at very high temperature. It is composed of free electrons and ions. This state of matter has very low density. For example, we can see plasma in discharge tubes, helium gas in fluorescent tubes and neon gas in neon sign bulbs get ionized to form plasma. When electricity is passed through them, they start glowing. Next state is Bose-Einstein condensate. This is the fifth state of matter and that name was given after Satyendranath Bose and Albert Einstein. This state is formed by cooling a gas of extremely low density to super low temperatures. Now, dear children, let's revise what we have studied. Anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. States of matter are solid, liquid and gases. The state of matter can be changed by changing temperature, like from solid to gas and from gas to liquid. Melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. Effect of pressure can also help in change of state of matter, and evaporation causes cooling. Now, dear children, I will ask some questions from you all, and I hope you all know the answer. Question number 1. Convert 373 Kelvin temperature into degree Celsius scale. Yes, it is 100 degrees Celsius. For this, we should subtract 273 from 373 so that answer is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, the second question is the temperature at which the solid melts to become a liquid is called what? Yes, that is melting point. The temperature at which the solid melts to become a liquid is called its melting point. Question number 3. Name 2 new states of matter. Very good. The answer is plasma state and Bose-Einstein condensate, that is BEC. The last question, match the temperatures to the state of matter. For state of matter, we have solid, liquid and gas, and for temperature, we have 140 degrees Celsius, minus 10 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius. And the correct answer is solids occur at minus 10 degrees Celsius. After that, when we heat solid up to 90 degrees Celsius, the state is liquid, and on further heating, liquid state converts into gases. It means at 140 degrees Celsius, we have gaseous state. With this, we have come to an end with this chapter, that is matter in our surroundings. I hope you all will stay healthy, keep safe, stay inside, keep studying and be happy.